Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and there are a couple of stories that I think that we really should be focusing on right now during COVID-19 84, and it's the outward politicization of this no matter what people try to spin to you, and creating heroes via the media that people that just simply have mush for brains worship. And that's the real American horror story right now, because my state has gone to hell, period. It was going to hell before this. The authoritarianism of Cuomo was getting out of hand, even via the bail reform. Okay, and we're going to talk about that, how crime in New York City is out of control, and it's not the only place. And then we're also going to have to discuss the fact that we are giving Anthony Fauci some type of social justice award for social change. The man has advocated for human beings to stop shaking hands with one another. That's a social change, all right. So we're going to go through these stories. Then, as you guys know how the Ask Me Anythings work, you get your questions in. We also use the GoFundMe as, and that's a link below, as basically a super chat, because we're fully demonetized here. Now, guys, I want to remind you, I can't do this without you. 100%. We're going to be doing a lot, actually, in the next couple of days, but I want to encourage you to check out the documentary films, because so many people think that I'm somehow new to the game, or these are like rushed films. No, these are hardcore documentaries on the way the world actually works, and I would hope that if you are watching these programs, you've given these docs at least a once through. So thumbs the video up, make sure you subscribe to the Burms Brigade. And remember, without you, I can't do this. $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. We're going to use right down here. There are no comments, but the first questions and comments we're going to go to are from the previous one today. But let's get to the stories. Cuomo is telling law enforcement, okay, to step up and enforce rules on bars and restaurants. Remember, we're in phase 4. We did it. We made it. We flattened the curve. The facts aren't the facts. He likes meatballs. And shout out to Tim Dillon for that hilarious bit he put up there. If you go follow me on Twitter, Tim Dillon's latest was, he's calling him meatball. I mean, it's. I wish it were funny, but he's going after cash businesses that are barely defying his draconian rules and laws that are now in place forever. We did it. We're in phase 4. There is no other phase. What are these businesses supposed to do? Meanwhile, while they want cops to be diverted and he's defunding them, he's openly talking about this, New York City already has more shootings in 2020 than all of 2019 combined. We got 4 months left. That's a third of the year. And if you don't think that the 777 shootings so far have anything to do with even before coronavirus, with the catch and release program that he put into place, then you're just not thinking. If you don't think that, your brain doesn't function correctly, because obviously that contributed to this. And we just saw how New York City, defunded $100 million in sanitation. $100 million. And now there's trash all over the streets. Okay? But at the same time, you won't see this in American media, that it is billionaires who are backing Cuomo, and it is billionaires that are the highest per capita in the world in New York City. This is a consolidation of power. They are driving the prices down, okay, and they will buy up that infrastructure. He has given the state to billionaires. Bloomberg, Contact Tracing Force, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, education, Eric Schmidt, anything he wants. This is the true American horror story. And it's not just in New York. All right? More than 150 rounds are fired during a shooting outside of Portland, and the city has suffered its deadliest month in 30 years. What is going on? Is this what all that freedom they told me about when I was a kid is about? Right? As we wear masks on our face and we're told to stay away from one another. and we want to train our kids to do the same. This is a transhumanist agenda. That's what this is. 1,000%. And when I see that now Fauci is literally getting awards beside Colin Kaepernick, I'm not making this about Black Lives Matter, guys. Okay? That's not what this is about. All right? I'm not going to make it. But what in the world are we giving him an award for his commitment to social change for? If this isn't political, if this is about science. Remember, Bill Gates, who has become the billionaire spokesperson for this whole thing, went on television, admitted that everybody that got a high dose on that second level of the Moderna vaccine all got some kind of side effect, whether it was severe pain or chills or fever. Okay, that's 100% of the high dose. 80% of everyone that took that second one got it. And then he says it's going to be multiple for sure, at least 2. And then he says it doesn't actually have to stop the virus. These are all quotes. I'm not exaggerating. And this is what we're shutting down society for. And he's talking about his phone calls with Fauci, who's getting awards for a commitment to social change. What is going on? Anyone who's telling you this is about science at this point needs to look at that. And go watch my previous video on Holland, on Berlin, and realize some of us are going to push back. I'm going to this tomorrow. I'll be up bright and early out in Albany. And if you can make it, if you're in the area, 10 a.m., there's going to be a rally at Academy Park. And at 11, they're going to go around the Capitol. And I'll be filming this, and I will be talking to people, and we're going to be broadcasting live. So get ready for that. That's 100% going down. So let's get to it. Get your questions in now. Remember, we will go to the GoFundMe mechanism, but I'm going to go to these ones first because they were in here. So what do we got? 6 days ago? Let's see. This happens more. Jimmy Dore never has anyone who isn't hard to the left. And the same can be said for several of the less authentic progressives. Well, I'll tell you what. We just did a huge interview with Nico House. And, you know, he's about as progressive and left as it could get, and we did over an hour, and we had a great discussion because we don't agree on everything, and that's fine. But at the same time, we respect each other's opinions, and we can have an honest dialogue with one another. So when he brings up the UBI, I explain to him why I don't believe in it. And, you know, we can go back and forth and not just scream at one another. So I totally recommend that interview because there was so much more to it. It was a real discussion for over an hour. So please go check that out. Let's see what else we got for the next question comment. The lamestream media and banks are pushing the coin shortage story, so you know it's a hoax. Of course. It's everywhere. I can't believe people believe all of a sudden, during this, there's a coin shortage. As they move into a more digitized society, as they move into more of a track, trace, database, outward control on your little magic device, as you have COVID warnings built into your operating system, whether it's Google or Apple. Also with the lockdown, 2 headed our way in the fall. There will be a food shortage and manufacturing shuts down. Stock up now. They will restrict quantity and quality of food available. Jason, please, 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 please move to a place where you can garden. All of the Burmese Brigade should have a garden. Make connections with farmers and co-ops now. Gardening will be essential in the future. Please heed this message. I love you all. God bless. God bless you, Carissa B. And again, I'm really looking at Iowa as seriously as possible, just so everybody knows. Hello, Burmese. There's a gentleman by the name of Brendan O'Connell whom has been warning about Israeli compromise operations, in which his recent videos, he sends a warning of Intel being purposely destroyed only to be rebuilt in Israel, which the future global dominance in technology sector. He has quite a bit of information to share. P.S. What are your thoughts on a potential candidate, Joanne Marie Jorgensen, a.k.a. Joe Jorgensen, on the Libertarian ballot? I don't know much about Joe Jorgensen. A lot of people are asking me about that. And as far as Brendan O'Connell, I don't know what his story is, but I did watch a video within the last couple of weeks about Epstein and the Israeli operations and tech. And, the tech thing is something, that's not really much of a transition. You've had these telecom companies like Amdocs and Comverse forever. And to me, again, will that be the apex of technology? Well, the companies will certainly run them no matter where they are geographically. It certainly seems that, Peter Thiel in particular, the Carbine 911 program is there. Whitney Webb has written extensively about this because it all does spawn from kind of that 80s and 90s cabal transition. I'm hoping to have her on soon so we can do like a full and extensive interview. All right, let's get to it. Let's see. What do we got here? And if it jumps, it jumps. Oh, there's that first jump. Sorry, guys. Get the questions and comments in. And again, we'll check the GoFundMe every once in a while. MF Doom says, please check your DMs. I just saw Alex Jones is back on YouTube. All right, this is how rumors get started. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not back on YouTube, actually. There's somebody who's created an account where they are basically just re-uploading his show. That's not Alex Jones. That's not his people. That's not YouTube allowing it. They're probably will take it down eventually. It's like the WikiLeaks files were unlocked. They were never unlocked. They were always out there. Someone just took them and indexed them. So we need more third parties putting information out for sure. When in fact those first parties are encouraging you to share it any which way but loose. Hello, what's up, Erica Jill? How we doing? What up, Keen James? North Carolina here. How we doing, DJ Truth? What up, Jason? God bless. Great work, JB. Thank you. Yep, New York City is a dumpster fire. Can confirm. Erica, man, again, you go back to March when I really thought the militarization was coming, and we were seeing that around the country. And what have we gotten? We've gotten like a soft authoritarian martial law with a medical martial law flavor, with selective enforcement. And, obviously there are treatments out there. Even by the authoritative source standard, you have the dextromethasone steroids out there. You have the huge debate right now with hydroxychloroquine, which I don't want to get into, but every time I see this woman, I will show this really quickly. Let's see if we have it. I think I do. I like her more and more. I watched this full interview with her, and here's the thing. All I want to know is she lying about treating 400 people now with it? Because she ups the game in this one. If she is, I want to know that's a lie. Otherwise, I don't care if she believes in demon semen. I don't care if she believes in angels. She goes off on this. People believe goofy shit, okay? And she has every right to do that. Christianity is a rather large religion. I'm not going to sit here and shit on Christianity. All of the major religions believe in some kind of metaphysical beings in some respect. Every one of them. And then people that are we only supposed to believe atheists now? People that believe in a magic explosion in the middle of nothing that created life billions of years ago? That shit's not goofy? Like, what's going on? So I loved her interview in Houston. And again, if she's lying about treating those people, that needs to be known. Otherwise, I got you back. And I don't know why that would make me a Trump supporter. If she supports Trump, great. Another thing, people that are into politics, in case people didn't know, they're going to like one guy or the other. And I don't know how you like Sleepy Joe at all, because he doesn't know where he is. Joey B is Sleepy Joe. I mean, he comes out earlier in the week and immediately says he's in the wrong place. You can't make this shit up. And for the mainstream media just to completely ignore it is utterly horrific, but par for the course. Okay? And it's difficult, man. Let's see. What up, JB? Hey there again, Brigade. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. How we doing, Scott? We need to get rid of our hero worship. Exactly. Dump Fauci and Birx. The Fed president wants 4 to 6 weeks of hard lockdowns. We have, it's ridiculous. It's the middle of the summertime. It is a horror story, and these are not heroes. Agreed. Thank you, Liberty Howell. The Fed president is out of his damn mind. Yes, I agree. I don't watch TV, so this is new to me. How you doing, Jamie? I like you, false. No homo. Cuomo is a narcissistic psychopath on behalf of the predator class. He's just capo. He's meatball. Like when I saw Tim Dillon doing this, going, yeah, and he coming out in meatball suits to the socially distanced, it's hilarious. Meatball and his brother. Sorry, Chuck. That's very, very, uh-oh. What do we got here? Jamie, I saw it on Twitter, came out of his mouth. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. How is he getting away with this? Where can I read about this? Thank you. What would you like to... I don't know what we're talking about. Globalist war on America. Hello to the new American normal nightmare. Hello from communist Florida. Thank you, Matt. I stay away from a lot of this stuff. By the way, thumbs this video up. Subscribe and share. Mask, hide your face from the governor. I don't see a big deal about it. Or government. I disagree. I've always put my face out there. And my name. I've never liked any kind of Antifa type group, even when they were like the Black Bloc back in the day, like 10 plus years ago. Like the hardcore anarchist people, socialist anarchists, whatever the oxymoron people. All right. When, I didn't like it then. Show your face. I'm not scared. You shouldn't be either. We shouldn't be fearing tyrants. We should be standing up to them. And again, I'm going to say it. I'll be here tomorrow. If you've got friends and family in New York State, and they can be there tomorrow too, we need you. We need you. These people will not be wearing masks. They will be telling the truth. They will be explaining what is going on. And we've got everything from civil rights attorneys to the nurse Erin, who went viral and then was pulled. She'll be there as well. People speaking out against autism, a former FBI agent and Navy SEAL, Jonathan Gilliam. I'm going to try to, again, interview as many of these people as humanly possible. So gear up, because hopefully that's not the straw. Hopefully, again, I'm allowed to do that because it's a protest and it's, the law that I have my freedom of speech, but you never know. You never know. You see, that's not a Black Lives Matter protest. So maybe I do get censored finally for that one. Let's see. Jason, do you think Cuomo is the Biden replacement? Everybody says that, and who knows what's going to happen. Again, we're less than 100 days out. There hasn't been one debate, and he still hasn't chosen his placeholder, basically, his vice president. Disclosed.tv. There are polls to defend Fauci. Telling people he lied is like talking to a wall. This is an orchestrated farce using a virus that has a very low mortality rate. Nightmare. Well, either way, Fauci is a criminal. Wish I could be there. Godspeed. I will look at it mad. No vote, no vaccines. Hello from communist Washington State. Let's see. You're very welcome. Hey, how we doing, Crazy Renee? I'm worried that China is coming to us, possibly for war. Well, they're certainly hyping that. I'll tell you that. It's all over the place. This build-up against China. You're seeing it more and more. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Agreed about the gardening. I got to get out of Philly. The only thing we have to fear is running out of weed. Getting ready to can a bunch of tomatoes. Canned dill pickles, got pork, and have beef on order. Nebraska is a good place, too. Agreed. The Nico House interview was awesome. Thank you for having him on. I enjoyed the conversation. Amy Karpowitz, stock up. Okay, I'm here. Look up Talpiot project regarding Israel and tech. Whitney Webb is my hero. I think they want us out of cities, letting the criminals, and they don't seem to care about the gun grabbing anymore. They will eventually. They'll come for the guns eventually. No, they want chaos. They want to drive everything down. Listen, mid-sized businesses, you're out. Okay? Most restaurants, you're out. Okay? You're out. We're going to reimagine the city. That's exactly what's going on. In the very beginning of this, I said this was going to be a global transformative event and that the rich would consolidate power. What do you think this is? That's exactly what this is. Again, they've already inflated the dollar beyond anything we could ever imagine just by printing money and giving people this UBI the last 4 months. Right? Okay? And the real job losses still aren't out there. And the GDP decline of 5% is just the beginning. Dana White called it about a month and a half ago when he said the worst is yet to come. He's 100% correct. Again, they're still not letting actual crowds of people go anywhere. Lord knows how they're going to try to politicize schools once that starts. The fear will be real. But will the actual treatments and therapeutics that already work actually be given to these people? Or will more and more fear ensue, and will they try to jack up the death rate? Whitney is so dang good. I agree. I missed when food was getting shut off. Let's see. Been there once, and that was one too many times for me. When you going to check my video, you're the person that inspired it. Which one? What video is that? Which one? Send it again. Me too. She's not lying. I really don't see it. HCQ works. Jason, look into Nebraska. Rules are for followers. Leaders make the rules that fools follow. So I hate calling these people leaders. Big bang bullshit. Seriously. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm 40 years old. Wasn't around 4 billion years ago. Wasn't around 4,000 or 400 years ago. Certainly wasn't there for the big old bang. I mean, that's as much a religion to me as anything else. As anything else. Listen, I know two things exist in this reality that they're constantly trying to sell you now as a multiverse, right? Or a simulation. One where you don't have really any free will or choice, right? You don't even have a soul. You know, those ones they're selling you on. I'll tell you the two things that exist in my reality that are cut and dry. Good and evil. There are shades of gray everywhere. But good and evil fucking exist. Okay? And I ain't perfect. But I know evil when I see it. And I know a transhumanist agenda when I see it. And I know that Spot the DARPA robot and Elon Musk and his Neuralink ain't my fucking friend. It's common sense. They're not your buddy. All right? They're not looking out for you. Bill Gates ain't looking out for you. McDonald's is now going to call the cops. They're like, you know what? We're going to tell our employees to call the police when people refuse to wear a mask. Because they're so concerned about your health. I mean, the world, again, people believe some goofy shit out there, guys. But there are a lot of people out there that happen to be into these, occultic secret societies that believe in a thing called hermetic symbolism. As above, so below. And the inversion of reality. All right? And I get it. There's a left-hand path and a right-hand path. And I'm not here to tell you I'm an expert on any of it. But if you don't think right now there are huge aspects of society that are completely inverted, then you are not paying attention. Period. Okay? Just saying. It's senior abuse, them dragging Biden around, not knowing his name. I don't disagree. Sloppy Joe isn't qualified. Let's see. Sloppy Joe isn't qualified to drive the corner store, yet alone run the country. I agree. No. Listen, as sick as this is, Prince Philip's probably got it more together than Sleepy Joe at this point. Let's be honest. Hey, Meatball. Since when does the Fed president give out medical advice? Jason, you're the man. I really enjoy your show. Keep telling the truth. Thank you, Susan Robbins. It's not about right and left. It's about right and wrong. All right? And that's the truth. The principal reason for the lockdowns is to destroy small businesses. Only big corporations will be left. Hi, I'm Joe Biden, and I'm running for Congress and the law, something Joe would say. He did say, give me a look. I'm Joe Biden. I'm running for Senate. He wants to print more money. My goatee identifies as a mask. What's happening, Burmese Brigade? How we doing, Gritch? No fear here. Same with my beard, Scott. I do need to unscruff. Should I shave before I go out there tomorrow? Perhaps. How Scott and Doom, you're absolutely right. Who cares if she had some bizarre ideas? Maybe she is right. Who am I to judge? What has that got to do with HCQ? If she's treated 450 patients with HCQ successfully, good. She says 400, but yes, it's 350 in the other video. Let's see. Oh, we got a big jump. Remember, guys, without you guys, can't do it. Need your support now more than ever. We still have no super chats as of yet, but we'll go check those out in about 10 minutes. Let's continue on. Let's see. How far back did this go? Oh, we got a lot. Bam. Here we go. Let's see. Hey there, Gritch. Hello from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. What up? I ain't scared. Late as usual, but still here. Dude, my mother is being held hostage in an Ithaca, New York assisted living facility. I don't really know what to do. She will likely lose complete touch with reality now. It's sick what they've done to New York and these assisted living facilities and nursing homes. And I got news for you, people. I know people that work in nursing homes. I know people that date people that work in nursing homes. They don't like it. All right, and if you think they're great to your loved one, there are certain ones that are good to your loved one, but in most cases, no. And now you can't see them. And I mean, that's beyond them just putting the sick people in there when that was criminal. Okay? But for you not to be able to see your loved one and then when they die not be able to have a funeral for them is also criminal. But again, select few people, because everything is selectively enforced, are allowed to have party funerals. Where again, social distancing doesn't matter, and it's all a political showpiece. Lewis is a great example of that, right? If you're important enough by the media and society's standards, the rules no longer apply. This is ridiculous. Let's see. Bless you for being an inspiration for transparent citizen journalism. Anthrax vaccine equals Gulf War syndrome. Biden has supposedly picked Kamala Harris. Has it happened? Have we done it live? Has Sleepy Joe done it? Let's find out. Nope, not yet. No, we got some hackery here by the Washington Post saying he's delaying it unless it just happened. We'll go over to news and we'll go for date. No, we're still asking. Still asking. Still no Kamala Harris just yet, or whoever. It doesn't matter. It's not really his decision. Let's see. They chose Sleepy. Let's see. Because of any reason he wins, they're going to deem him unfit and let his female vice pres, whoever it is they try to run the country. Don't let this happen. Sure looks that way. I mean, again, he doesn't look coherent. You should have a look into Entropy. It is a platform you can use alone with YouTube streams to collect super chats, etc. Charges less than YouTube even. I've seen that, but you still need to click a link that's separate, right? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, and it has to connect through Streamlabs, and I use XSplit, so I need a Streamlabs account for it. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up doing it. It just seems like a lot. Dog, check out Robert Cadillac. China is the new Russia. Will you be covering the protest? I'm going to go to Albany tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to cover it. I'll be there bright and early. If China came to us, we would turn them into chop suey. Too many guns here for foreign invasions. MF Doom villain, if you can please tell JB about Entropy for super chats. Great platform. A lot of people. All right. Upstate New York is run by the same totalitarian regime as New York City. Correct. Correct. Grocery store where I live says deaf people and those with mental health issues are exempt from wearing masks. Good. What about Bitcoin and the rise of silver and gold? Yes, they have exploded lately. Well, again, since the dollar is being so inflated, a lot of people are looking at other investments to make more money as everything is going up in price. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. No thanks, face diaper. Fake asteroid impact, aka rods of God weapon, or they will blame it on the next American war target. Let's hope not. There's a lot of hype around the idea of asteroids coming to get us now, and now there's a new one supposedly hyped up for November. I wouldn't buy into that hype. You know, now they're able to track even more of these NEOs or near-Earth objects because of technology, and they're gearing it up for the public. It seems like another basis in fear to me. Call me kooky, but I'm not going to be afraid all the time. Sorry. No, thank you. Agenda 21 right on track again all of a sudden. Let's see. They want things so bad that the people agree to the new norms they have set to come. Weigh in on Herb Dean versus Dan Hardy. I thought Dan Hardy was 100% correct. Listen, someone's got to call out Herb Dean when he's letting people who are unconscious get pummeled twice. The second one was extremely egregious. You know, I don't think he should physically confront him, but to call him out when it happened, I wanted to call him out. So I like Dan Hardy. I think he's a good play-by-play guy. I think, you know, he has a decent octagon experience, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Dan. Just throwing that out there. Let's see. They can confiscate metals and control Bitcoin, invest in land, etc. Yeah, but short term, you've seen Bitcoin and like Ethereum also explode. You know, Ray has gone back up a little bit, but not to where, you know, it was in January. And now you're looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum doing very well. And if Ethereum can get to, it's just under 400, but if it can break through 400 and hit 5 or 6 and stay there, that's a huge short-term gain. You know, especially when you're looking at a lot of things going up 5, 10, 15% in a lot of areas. I'm seeing 20% increases in prices in some things here in New York. And yes, I'm leaving. I'm getting out. Don't worry. It's happening. I was looking at houses again today. Let's see. Red Rum with Bill Gates. Hello, Sharon Montgomery from the Gritch. Really appreciate your live videos. Thank you. Right on, Jason. We can choose evil or good. Jesus saved us if we choose. Just came from a podcast about ancient aliens, and the truth is coming out sooner than we all think because of all this shit. What's the truth, man? Again, you know, that's another thing I want to point to. So now we've got a society that frowns on a woman like this, okay, that believes in her God, but still is a doctor. You know, she's a pediatrician, but what? She's trained as a general practitioner. So this woman is totally and completely demonized, all right, for believing in angels and demons. Demon semen, whatever, and possession. She believes in all of it. But now you're being sold that those demons, if we call them aliens, and then we contrive a whole ton of horse shit that's been disproven, like the Easter Island statues, etc., with them, then it's okay to believe. Why? Why is it so hard to believe we've lost a lot of technology throughout civilization, or some things were never reported or wiped? That we did have flight of some kind? Like, do you really don't think that at some point human beings, I'm not talking about modern day planes, but perhaps balloons, right? That would be one way to elevate themselves. You know, they figured out a lot of astronomy. Okay? The alien stuff is 99.99% psyop. You know, I was going to do a whole video on the video, you know, that they supposedly recovered, you know, these objects that didn't originate from Earth. And you had that guy going to the New York Post and talking about that same program as Tom DeLonge's been talking about. And, you know, Q-tip, what is it? T-tip, F-tip, whatever it is, dumb tip. I've never seen any evidence that that's reverse engineered technology. I've only seen evidence that it's probably advanced technology. And you know what? It might be reverse engineered from another nation state. I encourage people to check out Annie Jacobson's stuff, Area 51, DARPA especially, her book on DARPA, The Pentagon's Brain, and, of course, Paperclip, another really important subject matter. And all those subjects, believe it or not, they integrate with one another. And the CIA and their propaganda campaigns. Look, I'm not saying I got all the answers, or that we're alone in the universe or any of that stuff. But I'm saying I've watched this ancient alien stuff since before it was a show. Since before it was a show. Okay? History Channel did like a little mini documentary on Eric von Donigan's book, right? Chariots of the Gods. And that's where it all came from. And I've been looking at this stuff since pre-9/11. When I was a kid, I had to read the book Mystery Series. And I got to tell you, when you look at the whole of it, we're talking about huge psychological operation on the public where there is no real discernment on what's actually going on with these propulsion programs and these black space programs that are completely classified beyond belief. That's the reality. All right? So let's just continue on. God is good. God is sovereign. Again, yeah, I'm not here to diss anybody's religious beliefs at all. That robot spot can meet up with my sawazal. I don't know what that means. McDonald's can kiss my McAss. Half creation, half evaluation, no absolutes. 2020 is the end game of the 9/11 PNAC agenda. Started with airport security, slowly speech and media freedom. Those free speech zones, remember them? Now they want your physical sovereignty. There is one path, brother. Jesus is the way, my brother. He is the way, the truth, and the life. Whistle, whistle. Here, spot. Burr, grind, burp, LOL. I don't know if that's a Pavlov's dog reference, but it could be. DM'd. Hitting the target. Love and prayers. Thank you, Sharon Montgomery from Northern Ireland. McDonald's never cared about our lives. Correct. But they care so damn much about your health that you can fucking line right up and have 10 double cheeseburgers. You know, grab those double cheeseburgers or those McDoubles. All right, we care. But you walk in without a mask and we'll call the cops on your ass. My relationship with God and my relationship with my dog, nothing else really matters without my two best friends. Oh, that's cute. I hate McDonald's ever since they got rid of the big anus burger. Mushroom anus with cheese was my shite. Freemasons scare the shiz out of me. I mean, they don't scare the hell out of me. The history is compelling. And you look at the Mason and the anti-Mason party, and then you look at high-level Freemasonry, and then you look at symbolism in films that are based just on Masonry. Check out the Cremaster series. Hiram Abiff. There's a lot of pretty intense stuff out there. But I have friends that are Masons. I have friends that I grew up with that joined the Masonry in different lodges, and one left and one's still in it. You know, and then obviously a lot of people have brought up the fact that Militich is a high-level Mason. He's got the Mason tattoo there too. You know, I judge not lest ye be judged. You just take all the information you can, and you use discernment. But again, you know, we had that really interesting conversation with Jay Dyer about the Holy Mountain, another Hollywood piece that is heavy in occultic and Masonic imagery. And we had a great discussion there as well. Check it out on the channel, guys. F. Mickey D's. Oh, whoa, Drufus in the house. How we doing, bro? Let's go. We got a whole bunch going on. We got the brigade. Let's see. Did we get any super chats over here? Nope. Still bare on the GoFundMe, but that's all right. Let's keep going here. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Man, we got, okay, there's F. McDonald's. The other day I was told that a 2-year-old nanny needs to start practicing her mask wearing for school. I was furious. But worse, my heart broke in the moment. Ugh. Someone in Biden's camp has to be asking what the F we are doing. Jason, doing good as per. Thanks. Thank you, Jan. Bumbling Biden. Slaying the DARPA dog. With Governor Tom Wolf. What are you talking about? Eric Swalwell? I don't know what's going on there. Biden did? Hit the like. Nah, you look good, Jason. I'm a little greasy and old. Look at his beard. It's got some grays just popping off. I appreciate that, Crazy Renee. Is anyone surprised as a purveyor of junk food is pushing junk science? No, but it's just so wild, right? There has to be a God if the predator class is a group of devil worshippers. All right, so here's the thing. You ask yourself, these people at the top, are they devil worshippers? And I've always said this. There are many of them that take this do as thou wilt path. Very satanic path in the sense that it's a total sociopathy, right? Do as you want to do. But then there's a collectivist ideal to it, right? And you do have these rituals. For instance, people that are indoctrinated through Skull and Bones. In Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, that is free on this channel in the documentary playlist section. You actually see hidden recorded footage of the devil equals death, death equals the devil, and these mock human sacrifices that they're doing. And then I have the stack of Bohemian Grove annals where they talk about certain of these members being in their middle class. And you certainly have a gluttony, if you will, and a vanity, if you will, to a lot of these people. But then you have the actual rituals, right? Now, one could argue, the rituals on smaller levels mean nothing. But there are people that are into these dark, dark rituals as well that are real. And unfortunately, when you start talking about that, you need to name specific people because otherwise you just don't know how far it's gone. So, I've always thought of it this way. In Revelations, they talk about the mark of the beast and they talk about 666 and the mark of man, but then they also talk about the rulers of man, acting as if they are men of God, but at the same time doing these weird rituals. And especially when you look at these outward proponents of Christianity and that right wing for many, many years, decades after decade, especially look at somebody like George H.W. Bush, and then the antithesis of what they were really doing. I guess I'll leave it at that. So when we talk about devil worship, I think that's a really broad term. Let's see. Love and prayers from Northern Ireland. What's happening? I mean, we could all get into Sirius and the Dog Star and Lucifer as an actual being. There's a lot there. And I'm no expert on all that stuff. Just, the basics. Super Chats, is Burmis remonetized? No, I'm not. I use the GoFundMe as a mechanism where if you go to the GoFundMe and you do something, etc., you find it. Let's see. Loops on top of each leg of the robot dog so you can grab a loop and control the body. Let's see. Love and prayers from Northern Ireland. Uses GoFundMe as a super chat. Moving out of Columbus, Ohio. You inspired me. Well, good for you, M. Herman. What's the truth behind the vaccine? The truth is it's not the vaccine. It's many vaccines. And Bill Gates is telling you. He told you in that 30-minute interview, it's like 28 minutes long, on I think it was either CBS or ABC. We went over the whole thing. All right. The vaccine does not have to prevent the disease. There are 7 billion doses in the works. You're going to have at least 2 doses, okay? That he wants to lock down society till 2022. And this is a global vaccination program. I mean, all that stuff is real. And yes, there are side effects. And yes, some of the side effects include fever and chills, which is what you would get from the actual virus anyway. The Moderna vaccine. So I don't know what to tell you. And we're giving Anthony Fauci social justice awards. The man who doesn't want you to shake hands. While crime booms in New York and New York City. Wow. And we're going to deify Cuomo, America's governor. There was a protest in Toronto, Canada this weekend on release of all the prisons in Canada. Let's see. Go Harry and be scary like Grease New Jaybird. Hey, there is no option to give it. Yes, I know, Lynn. I wish there was. Let's see. Good info. Appreciate that. I was thinking a tarp would trouble it. Prayers for America. Love you from Northern Ireland. Bad choice, Kamala Harris. He's going to pick Michelle Obama. Let's see. Welcome, Amanda. Super chat's not available. I know. Yeah, I wish there were. We know. Sorry, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think that Cuomo will come out last minute, and people are saying Hillary. People are saying a lot of things. All right. Oh, we got one. We got a couple. Let's do them. Let's do them live. We got it right here. Daniel Medina says, thanks for the live stream, brother. God bless. What are your thoughts? And if it's even possible for Michelle Obama to be Biden's vice. They're giving her a podcast. I don't think they're ready to put Michelle Obama directly into politics. It's something they floated out there, but I really think they would start her with something smaller, but it's 2020, man. Remember, it was Tim Dillon did that really. Go to my Twitter. Tim Dillon is talking about Michelle Obama coming out as like the president and Meatball being her VP and Meatball's Cuomo. And it's hilarious. It's one of the best bits. I mean, the guy's extremely talented and extremely funny, but it made me smile. Mr. Gritch, hey JB, have you ever heard of entropy for super chats? Just teasing. Keep up the grind. Oh, Gritch, you're funny. You're a funny man. We have fun here. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share, by the way, guys. Let's keep going. We're going to go right through. Let's see. I think Cuomo will come. Okay, we did that one. Yes. One thought is that just like a factory flood robot that has lost a lot of weight, fear-based mind control. Yeah, there are no super chats, Susan. Unfortunately, we just did it. We did it. We did it live. That's how we're doing it. It's in the It's in the description of the video. Which happens first, the collapse of the dollar or the impending civil war? I don't know. The dollar's already kind of slowly collapsing compared to the euro that they're trying to prop back up. Good question. Please use the link in the description. Yes. Love and prayers from Northern Ireland. Fear-based mind control. Israeli live or live in London. Get from Israeli government not to go to 14-day coloring key. Oh, they have a 14-day coloring key there? Awesome. Remember that when we had that for the war on terror, the color-coded war on terror? How afraid we were supposed to be every day? We're in orange, we're going to red. You know, we got some crazy levels of terror. What? Not for hundreds of years. Neos prove it. Let's see. What up? I listen to you once in a while. You're okay. Well, thanks, David. You're okay, too. I wish my boy JB would set up his Brave wallet. United Nations Agenda 21 is what is happening. The agenda is by 2025, 1 out of 3 Americans will be dead. By 2030, 3 out of 4 will be dead. This is the plan. It's a great browser, no doubt. I appreciate your efforts, insight, and spirit. God bless you. Thank you, Anna. Brave is good shizzle. I agree, HMP. Let's see. They are so desperate that anything is possible, being we are up against deep state military industrial big dogs. Excellent free documentaries. Jason, really appreciate your message and work. Thank you, Mark Jason Walker. Tear down the gates. I am in New York City. There are not a bunch of people really dying from coronavirus. All hospitals are empty. Right now, I mean, the numbers are so small, I don't even know what's going on, other than people are not fighting back, unfortunately. Aliens and Ghosts, History Channel much? I know, it used to be like World War I and II, and pieces on old presidents, and Teddy Roosevelt, and Lincoln, and now it's just complete, other than American Pickers, which I love, it's almost trash. Like, I shouldn't even say almost trash. And the other thing is, like, you get me hooked into, like, a Forged in Fire competition, which it's an okay show, but I like American Pickers because there is history to it, you know? And I get a lot of its pop culture history, but I find that interesting as well. And I find old technology interesting. But at least it has something to do with it. But yes, now Aliens and Ghosts are the History Channel. And like Lost Outside or Surviving Everything or, you know, it's just like, come on, man. Yikes. Did you see the leaked Hillary email from Wiener's insurance policy file of the tortured child? Fact checkers can't deny its authenticity. Actually, yeah, I haven't seen anything that's real on any kind of Hillary email from insurance policy laptop at all, to be quite honest with you. And, you know, I've looked at everything. So I looked at Frazzle Drip in the very beginning. That's actually how I got in touch with Titus Frost, was I wanted to know if there was any validity to that. And I'm very skeptical when I get to the Wiener's laptop, because I've talked about how all those documents were basically obscured because they were either Huma Abedin or Hillary Clinton on the CC, or they had access to them. I caution people when they identify all these police officers who supposedly saw the laptop, when there is absolutely zero record that any of these New York City police officers that have killed themselves saw that laptop. There's zero record of that. I'm just going to let you know that. Anybody that's telling you different is not looking. Okay, Gateway Pundit did the story, said that police officers had seen it, and they would come forward. No one ever came forward. No one went on the record and said they even saw it. People do commit suicide. People are killed within the force. There's a lot of corruption in New York City. Listen, one of my frat brothers couldn't wait to become a New York City cop. Couldn't wait to do it. Okay, at all. Loved it. Wanted to be a police officer, wanted to work in the city. He transferred himself right out of there so that now he works in the Hudson Valley because of the corruption. This is pre-corona, man. You understand what's going on? Some people aren't cut to be New York City cops because there is a lot of really crazy shit that goes down. Okay? So show me any evidence. Show me what email this is and how it could possibly be related to Anthony Weiner's laptop when I've seen everything in those Weiner cases and in the IG reports? Because again, I don't want things to be true. I just want, I'm not a quote unquote truther. I look for the truth and what I can prove. It's just like a lot of people were disappointed that I, didn't cover much of the Ghislaine Maxwell revelations, but a lot of it was hoaxing. There was no unredacted files. That was all fake. People going out there for clicks. I went into those files and I tried to edit them, and I've just so everybody understands, I've been doing Photoshop, PDFs, layout, Quark Express back in the day. Okay? Think about that, Quark Express. Industry insiders will know what that is. For over 20 years. Okay? I know how to copy and paste. So that hoax is out there. A lot of hoaxes out there. Started out with the hoax on this show that Alex Jones was allowed back on YouTube when it's just someone re-uploading a show. Come on. I don't want to show it on this channel, but there's somebody that's got a whole bunch of old school Alex Jones and even myself archived. Every once in a while, I'll go pull one of my shows from 10, 11, 12 years ago, and I'll go throw it up on Rockfin. But yeah, I mean, there's still some ways around the system. All right, Scientologist World Order. Love, prayers, blessings from lots of love and prayers from you, Sharon. Appreciate it. Believe it or not, this seems like the end times to all the sirens I see around us. We got microchipping, CERN opening portals, and other craziness. Not hard to see now. Deep State has nothing to lose. The Cassiopeia Project revealed this slow march of insanity years ago. Watch the last episode. The Cassiopeia Project. I don't know anything about that. Yes, we are reliving cycles of Groundhog Day. Watch Marcus Conte on YouTube. No, he's a piece of shit. He filmed all the hospitals in New York City during the peak of fake pandemic and nobody in them. That's not true. I've gone through all that stuff. That guy's a real piece of work. Like, you know what? I'll just leave it at that. They're terrible people. Hey, Jason, the brigade. Fear-based mind control person died 3 years ago. Get message by Israeli government to go to 14-day insulation. I don't know what that means. COVID is a hoax. The numbers are all made up. I really cannot believe Americans are this gone. Again, I don't think it's a hoax in the sense that a lot of people do. Again, think about this. There's a reason that the CCP came out and said this was a bioweapon launched by the United States, and the president has had to address that, and Pompeo has addressed that. There's a reason that Iran had so many people close to Iranian leadership just as tensions were heightening die of this. We're dealing with multiple things, and we're dealing with so much obfuscation of the truth that people outright think everything is a lie. But at the same time, I think it's very real that you have a virus with an HIV insert, that when you get a bad go of it, you have cystic fibrosis, like symptoms in your lungs and damage, okay? And, again, if you are treated wrong and you do not get preventative measures right after getting not only a diagnosis but showing symptoms, there's a chance that you could die, right? And it looks like, the mutation of the strains may not be mutations. Maybe we're looking at different versions of this thing. All right? So there's a lot out there. I can't believe we're so gone that we're cheering the fact that we're censoring doctors on social media platforms and giving Anthony friggin' Fauci social change awards from the RFK Ripple of Hope. What? The man that doesn't want you to shake hands. My goodness. All right, let's continue on. According to CBS, Biden said, I want someone strong and someone who is ready to be president on day one. The old dementia bait and switch. Yeah, no, he has said that. We covered it. The first time he came out like several weeks ago, we did that whole like almost hour-long press conference where he forgot where his son served, where he was stumbling and mumbling, where he was asked about a vice presidential candidate saying that she would be ready to be president on day one. All that stuff's real. It was embarrassing. And someone actually asked him at the end about his cognitive abilities, and he started to call him a dog-faced pony soldier again. He stopped at dog-faced pony. He didn't quite get pony off. But my goodness. Always remember that powerful people can benefit greatly from a populace believing in a mega threat narrative. Exactly. Can you believe we almost had eugenicist as president, Hillary Clinton? Yeah, just so you get it, like, what do you think a guy like Barack Obama or even a guy like Bill Clinton or even somebody like George H.W. Bush and George Bush were? Listen, man, anybody that backs wars across the oceans that drone bomb brown people en masse, all right, they are into eugenics too. Anybody that lets somebody like the Gates Foundation get into their country through the World Health Organization and devastate it, yeah, they're eugenicists too. So, again, compared to Donald Trump, you know, Hillary Clinton is probably the most evil thing out there. That doesn't mean I love Donald Trump. That also doesn't mean Hillary Clinton compared to like George Bush. It's up. You know, I'm not talking about the W, who's a major puppet, but like Hillary Clinton, Dick Cheney, there's another one. You got the Wolfowitz in there, the Rumsfelds, the Condi Rices. I continue. You know, all those people. Everybody thinks that like eugenicist means like black and white. Look, when Bill Clinton had those Department of Energy documents come out and we saw the human experimentation that was going on, you know, they were in New York City hospitals in Brooklyn injecting kids with cancer. They are mentally retarded children. Cover to here. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Let's see. Is there any other super chattings that we're missing? Oh, we look like we got a couple. No, we just got some donations. Remember, if you want your donation with a question, make sure you make a comment while you do it. But I do thank you for those that have donated. Let's continue on here. Always remember that powerful people can benefit greatly from the populace believing in a mega threat. Oh, we already did this. Jason, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but the coronavirus is real, but the pandemic is fake. I think that if you watch what I've been talking about over the months, is that I have said the coronavirus is real and that it is very treatable, and that's what we needed to focus on, and we've never focused on that. We've never talked about the steroid treatments, which were around in the very beginning, right? So I get it with the pandemic being fake. Listen, again, I was wrong about how militarized this thing was going to get in the very beginning. Thank goodness. But that doesn't mean I'm happy about how militarized it's gotten. You know what I'm saying? Area 69 is cooler. It is at the active end of the runway at the lake. Let's see. Maybe the aliens are behind warp speed. See, there's the joke, right? So, actually, warp drives is something that this gentleman who's the latest quote-unquote whistleblower of the, the ATIP program, ATIP, he actually has done papers on warp speeds. I watched what I could of this lecture that he gave, like, probably over a decade ago on warp drives, but the audio is so awful. It was hard. Look, I'm a simple caveman. I don't know everything about quantum mechanics and reality and warp drives and propulsion systems, but I know there's a lot that I'll never know and that are being hidden from me, and that doesn't mean aliens. Watch yourself. All right, again, if you believe in demons, how far away from aliens are you? If you're talking about interdimensional if I'm talking about interdimensional space demons, folks, that want your soul, the clockwork elves, how wild is that compared to anything else you're seeing on the History Channel or anything else you saw in a, religious text? So again, this woman, let her believe what she wants. I don't care. I want to know whether she treated a bunch of people with hydroxychloroquine or not. Yes or no. That's it. If you can prove to me she's lying about that, that's a problem. Let's see. Demon Seaman. Great name for a band. At least a hit single, right, M. Herman? Area 49. Bit of good news. North of the U.S. border, they have dropped the private and are going to have a public inquiry into the Nova Scotia mass shooting. Interesting. USGS map numbers, oh so secret. The CIA is evil. JFK said he was going to smash them to 1,000 pieces. You know what? I want to mention something about that. For those that don't know, the Nova Scotia shooting was a really interesting one where this guy said he had all sorts of intelligence connections and law enforcement connections, and was driving around a police car and carrying out like a crazy amount of executions within 14 hours and then was wiped out. There's a lot of questions in that case. I have covered it. There's obviously some level of cover-up going on there, just like there's some level of cover-up going on with that family that supposedly drowned, right? And then there's some weird cover-up going on with that judge whose family, was basically shot by a hitman, and then that hitman is found dead less than 24 hours later. So a lot of questions. Let's see. The priests of the Temple of the Syrinx. Hollywood will burn. That is a promise. Rabbit hole, that is interesting. Go down. Black Rock, Black Cube. Yeah, Black Cube is interesting. Can you tell me if Jason's Super Chat is on, or how do I send him money? Oh, Susan, you did, I think, right? It's all on the GoFundMe. That's how we do it. We do it live, and we do it on the GoFundMe. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. We're about an hour deep, so we're going to try to get through the rest of these, and I think we're going to call it an evening. Quick question for you. How do you have Earth's atmosphere against the vacuum of space without having a container to keep the atmosphere from dissipating into the vacuum of space? Second, and a law of thermodynamic violation. I don't know. I don't know how it all works. Apparently the atmosphere gets thinner. I don't know. Remember, again, when someone like Elon Musk tells you you're living in a simulation and said that space and black holes could be holograms and fake, who knows? Remember, I don't buy into a lot of this stuff. I don't buy into the multiverse. I don't buy into a lot of what's being promoted as actual science. Physical reality is questionable. Like I said, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, the base of everything, what is it? Good and evil. I don't claim to know how the atmosphere against a space vacuum works. I don't. Do you know why you don't see Ronald McDonald? He's dead. Oh, we got jokes. We've got jokes. I do like the Big Mac, LOL, that special sauce. Yeah, I'll be giving up Big Macs. I mean, again, now's the time to just stop and say we're reopening everything. And we're sick of the domination of these predator class individuals that think that they have authority over our lives. Sovereignty means freedom from external control. Be about it. Syrinx, goddess of chastity. JFK was honorable. Robin uses, Peter Gabriel plays live. Love the Peter Gabriel. Love Biko. Oh, geez. Let's see. Props to local sheriffs saying they won't enforce mask orders. Exactly. Props to those people. Hi from Paris. Syrinx was pursued by Pan. 6 Corps on all networks, mags, newspapers. This is psychological warfare. This is Rockefeller lockstep. Nazi party would have loved this control. 32 degrees. Next, we are forced to wear goggles. I mean, that's yikes. Jason is demonetized, correct. Syrinx is the root word of syringe. Man, let's see. Wow, there's a lot. I think we're going to call it a night, guys. Let's just see if there's any other super chattings. There's not, but I want to remind everybody, I will be out streaming live tomorrow in Albany at the Freedom Rally, talking to some of these individuals, and hopefully pushing back on the authoritarian dictatorship that New York State has become. I absolutely love you guys. Remember, the GoFundMe is the way to support me. You can also support me on Rockfin. Check out the docs. Shade the Motion Picture, Invisible Empire, A New World Order to Find Fabled Enemies, and Loose Change Final Cut are free right here, right now in the playlist section. Not about left or right, guys. Always about right and wrong. Hope you enjoyed the show.